Welcome to the Herd's official YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Colin Cowherd podcast, all of our NFL instant reactions, and more football content. Here we go, hour two on a Monday. Lots and lots to digest. Wherever and however you're watching, tuning in today, we appreciate it. Matt Hasselbeck, 18 years in the league, 5 minutes out. Yeah, I don't know what to say about Denver, but they make a lot of big plays in the fourth quarter. And I don't know what to say about the Chicago Bears, but they play really well in the fourth quarter. And both Denver and Chicago are led by a very young quarterback that's a bit uneven. But there is a absolute truth in Caleb's not taking many sacks, and Bo Nix isn't either. And you play in front of the sticks, and you got a pretty good defense behind you. You'll win a lot of close games in the NFL. Here we go. Colin right, Colin wrong on a Monday.
Where Colin was right?
The Micah Parsons trade. Yes, it was good for Green Bay, but I kept preaching it's also great for Dallas. They were an atrocious run defense, and by picking up Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams, Dallas now has a much more complete defense and is still number 2 in the NFL in quarterback pressures. Sometimes you have to trade really good players. You know, Lakers let go of AD and Lakers got Luka. I don't know, worked out pretty well. I like Micah. He was a better fit for a better complete roster in Green Bay than Dallas re-signing him, and I think both points have been proven.
Where Colin was wrong.
I thought Lane Kiffin would stay at Ole Miss through the playoffs or go pro because the LSU job is really political. The governor stepped in. You know, I don't think it's about the pressure. Lane Kiffin's fine with pressure. But, and yes, LSU is a better job. But I just thought it was so messy that Lane would probably say, you know what, I'm going to finish this out. And I wouldn't even have been surprised after Ole Miss. He would have taken himself off the board if they finished number 2 or 3 in the country, done TV for a year, and waited for the perfect job. I mean, there's a great college football job or 3 available every year, so I was wrong.
Where Colin was right?
I didn't think Aaron Rodgers should have gone to the Steelers, and I think he looks like a beaten man. This is a head coach and an organization devoted to defense. And you can blame Aaron all you want, but they cannot figure out how to run the football. What is this, the 7th or 8th straight year? So this is an organization that can't figure out offense. And I thought Aaron should have gone to the Vikings or retired or be a broadcaster. I think all 3 would have been better than Pittsburgh, but it looks like we said it would look like.
Where Colin was wrong.
Kansas City Chiefs, 6-6, probably not a playoff team. They feel disjointed. Dallas was the better team. The O-line remains mid. The run game remains mid or less. I figured Andy Reid and Mahomes would figure it out. Houston next, and the Texans defense is a complete handful, just not the year for Kansas City. I remain loyal. I was wrong.
Where Colin was right?
Ohio State did everything we said they would do last week. I said they're going to beat Michigan. They're going to dominate them. They doubled time of possession. They held Michigan to -8 yards rushing in the second half. I think Ohio State's got the better staff, the better personnel. And I thought they played conservatively. I said they'd win 30-13. I thought this game could have been worse. Michigan was held to 163 yards. Ohio State had 3 times that. They held Michigan to 1 of 10 on 3rd and 4th down. I think this Ohio State defense is in a handful of the best college defenses I've ever seen.
Where Colin was right?
When the Lions lost Ben Johnson, I said, do not hire in-house. The greater the coach you lose, the wider your search has to be to replace him. Michigan's finding this out. This is a team now, Detroit, that played it safe, played it comfortable. The offense now, 1-5 when they're under 30 points, 19th today on 3rd down, can't get 4th down right. I got nothing against Johnny Morton, but they have 43 punts this season. They had 45 all last year. They are not. Personnel's the same. The results are not.
Where Colin was wrong.
The Colts I thought they were a serious contender. I thought they were a team that could win 2 or 3 playoff games. The Sauce Gardner trade, brilliant, I thought. Now he's hurt. Daniel Jones, listen, the low ceiling is clear. They've scored 20 or fewer points in their 4 losses. The better the defenses they play, the more mistakes they make, and I was wrong.
Where Colin was right?
I said when Saban left, getting Kalen DeBoer, that's as good as you can do in college football. Kalen DeBoer has made the playoffs. Yes, Alabama's not as dominant as they were in the Saban era because Bama doesn't have Ohio State money or Notre Dame money. They don't have that kind of NIL power and flex like Oregon. But this is about as good as you can do when you lose a legend to get Kalen DeBoer. Notre Dame can't run the ball. They're not as dominant as they used to be. They don't have as many good players as Georgia or Ohio State. But to deny the truth, which is Kalen DeBoer is an A++ head coach. But the reality of the NIL era is Bama doesn't look like Bama used to.
Where Colin was right?
I didn't buy Texas A&M all season. They got a scheduling quirk. They didn't have to play Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, or Oklahoma. So they beat up on teams. I mean, they even fell behind at home to South Carolina. Texas beat them, dominated the second half. Arch Manning was strong. They're not even going to play in the SEC championship. I thought they were good. But if you're ranked top 3, you're supposed to be special. I didn't see that all year. Here's a bitter Mike Elko after the loss to the Horns.
We didn't play the way we needed to. Can we close the door and run a professional press conference, please? My gosh. Sorry.
The door was closed to Texas A&M winning a natty. Colin right, Colin wrong. Let's bring on Matt Hasselbeck, 18 years in the NFL. Love him on a Monday. You know, I've rolled my eyes at Jerry Jones a lot. I'm just writing an apology letter to him. I watched that game. Matt, that's a real defense. I mean, you can't run on him now. DeMarvion Overshown. I mean, they knew it. They were watching practice. They knew what they had. He was a high pick. I don't know. I look at Dallas right now. What do you make of it? It feels like a top 10 team in the league.
Top 10? Listen,
Yeah.
They're trying to be top 7 in the NFC so they can make the playoffs. No, I think one of the things you've seen with Dallas in the last few years is scheme fit with coordinator fit. You know, like Dan Quinn was the D coordinator, then Mike Zimmer was the D coordinator. And when you have all these like different turnovers, 3 different coordinators in such a short amount of time, you have to make sure that the guys fit the scheme that you're trying to play. And you got to be sure that they're cool with it. Like Dan Quinn was all about turnovers, all about get the ball, trained up by Pete Carroll. Hey, corners, if you want to jump a route, jump a route. Like, will they hit us for a couple big plays? Sure. But we might score on defense. Like, that was the mindset that they have. And every defensive coordinator has a different mindset. Some guys are stop the run first, no matter what. Some guys are rush the passer and stop the run on your way to rushing the passer. So getting the people right, I think, is really important. And I do think you're right. You owe Jerry Jones an apology because you probably trashed him for the Micah Parsons trade. And here we are. They're playing great football, especially on offense. I would love to see some more turnovers from the defense, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the NFC playoffs, we're showing our television audience this. Bears, Rams, Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, Green Bay, San Francisco. San Francisco gets a timely bye. Green Bay has fixed their offense. I'm not good enough at math to figure out that tie scenario, but like, it's funny when the tie happened, everyone rolled their eyes like, oh, it's a tie. Now it could come to really help a team like Dallas or Green Bay. Yeah. So I got a text last week and somebody said, oh, Hasselbeck's going to have to say something nice about the Bears now. And I said, he likes them. He's not building a statue, but it does feel different going to Philly and winning. Like that's one of those games you could control and lose. I was impressed. Were you not? Listen, I love the Bears. I'm not 100% sold on the quarterback. That's where my hesitation is. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying no on him. Listen, the Bears are awesome. I've been saying Ryan Poles, unbelievable job. You got Ben Johnson, even better, probably coach of the year. What they've done up front in the trenches is impressive. I mean, running the ball looks like Walter Payton and Matt Suey out there, like just slicing and dicing these guys up front. They've won it. And listen, December football,
it comes down to elements, bad weather. Like, can you take your game on the road? The Bears are built to do that.
Yes.
Now, I also said they hadn't played anybody. Let's see how they do against Philly. How'd they do against Philly? They ran for like 200 and something yards. Guess what? That's not an anomaly for them. They rushed for 200 yards, seems like all month. They're fine. They're good. Here's my thing. Their quarterback has to be better with accuracy, better with ball placement. Like, that's the next step for him. Last year I said, you need to take less sacks. I need better body language. I need you to be a better leader and kind of protect the team. He's done all those things. Like, hats off to him and hats off to Ben Johnson. But again, the schedule will get tougher. Do I think they'll be the 1 seed at the end of this? No, I don't. Do I think they're a really good team? Yeah, I do.
So I keep hearing this about the Bears in Denver. Well, how good are they? Well, I watched Denver last night. First of all, players know when you're facing a great team. Washington's on a backup quarterback. They're not a great team. Denver's got much better personnel. I know I'm not supposed to be. Denver's defense didn't play particularly well, but either did the Rams yesterday. I don't know how good Denver is, but winning these games the way they keep winning them the same way, like Sean Payton said, we didn't escape with a win. We won. How do you view it?
Well, I think head coaching matters and messaging matters. And the fact that Sean Payton's been there and done it, he's not up there apologizing. He controlled the narrative. Like, we didn't eke this one out. Like, Marcus Mariota didn't miss a wide open guy in the end zone. Our guy made a game-winning play. Our D coordinator called an incredible play after we called a timeout, saw what they were going to do on their 2-point play, called the perfect defense, and then we executed. We knew that we were going to be unblocked. We didn't come in there like, oh my gosh, I'm unblocked. I came in there knowing I'm unblocked, knowing I got to get my hands up. A game of inches, we won the game. That's how he's messaging it. And I think it's messaged loud and clear. And you talk about Bo Nix. I'm kind of tired of people hating on Bo Nix. Bo Nix has done nothing but fly under the radar for not 1, but now 2 years. Last year, he had a great year. And because Jaden Daniels was so out of this world, we didn't really talk about it. Bo Nix, to me, is playing really good football. And this defense is carrying a young quarterback as he's developing. But I think he's got the it factor. And I think the play caller and the quarterback are in lockstep. It'll get tougher for them too, but I believe in this team.
So there are coaches. Ben Johnson's one. I think LaFleur, Shanahan, Payton. They're scheme coaches and CEOs. I think Nick Sirianni, Dan Campbell are the CEO, not scheme coaches. The problem with that is if you hire the wrong coordinator, you may not be able to fix it. I said this earlier, Matt. Matt LaFleur's offense was broken 3 weeks ago. It's not broken anymore. He fixed a problem in season. I don't know if Sirianni, I don't know if that's his pedigree. I watched Philadelphia, and they've solved things in the offseason by hiring different OCs. But when they go sideways in a season, they haven't shown an ability in the last couple of years to fix it. I mean, what is the primary issue you have with Philly's offense?
Well, 3 and outs. I think they probably lead the league in 3 and outs. It hurts you, it just kills your team. 3 and outs kill your team. That's a problem. Third down, that's a problem. The tush push was automatic before. That's no longer automatic. Saying all that, they're still fine. I think they need to lean into what their true identity is. And what makes me nervous a little bit is when you're trying to please wide receiver types. Like, I just don't think that's the best way to try to accomplish your goals. AJ Brown's, his numbers are great. Ever since he had the meeting with somebody who's probably higher on the depth chart than the head coach, they're targeting him. He's delivering. He's got great stats, but I just don't know if that's the best thing for this quarterback, for this offense. I think they need to get back to what they were last year, which was the best team on the field up front, offensive line and defensive line, superstar running back, quarterback, and then you let the big plays come to you at the wide receiver position. I still think they're an 11-win team. They just got to get back in their groove at the right time, and that's in about a month, and we'll see how it looks at that point.
I said I know Mike Vrabel or Ben Johnson will win Coach of the Year. What Robert Saleh and Shanahan have done, I don't even know defensively how they're doing it. I honestly do not know how they're doing it. There's no Bosa, Mikael Williams. There's no Fred Warner. Fred Warner's arguably the best linebacker in the sport. And Bosa was having a great start. Did you ever plan a team in your life that ran out of players and you just willed your way to win.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in Seattle, everybody was hurt. I mean, our coaches were hurt. It was like the craziest thing. I mean, everyone's coming up with all these different scenarios of why. We were signing guys off the street, playing them. They were intercepting passes. It was one guy was selling insurance 2 weeks before. Now we're playing in a playoff game at Soldier Field. Like, you just got to do it, you know? And, you know, a lot of times, like I remember Chuck Pagano was my head coach one year, and we had, you know, a lot of different adversity that we were kind of facing. And it felt like every single team meeting started out with, so what? Now what? Like, so what? Now what? You're going to make an excuse. You're going to find a way. And that's just the mindset that I think great culture has, great teachers have, great coaches have. They kind of set this, they give you confidence that you shouldn't even have. And also they give you hope. Like, hey, guess what, guys? Our quarterback's getting healthy. Our all-world tight end's getting healthy. Our tailback's getting healthy. Like, hey, if we can just hold down the fort just a little while, reinforcements are on the way. And I think that's an example of what San Fran has done. And this is another team I would not count out. I think people have counted this team out because the Rams and the Seahawks have been so good. But don't count out San Fran. They got, I think they're in control of a lot of things, and they've proven that they can win without their star players.
I watched Aaron Rodgers, never thought it was a good fit in Pittsburgh. I do think Tom Brady was really smart and Matt Stafford gets to go to LA with Andrew Whitworth, Cooper Kupp, and Sean McVay. When you get older, you need a little more support. I mean, what did Tom Brady do? Gronk, get down here, and the GM promised them they'd get a right tackle. So like Brady knew, better weapons, I need protection. They had good center guard in Tampa. So Aaron goes to a team that can't run the ball for years, and O-line, they lost their left tackle. Is the Aaron Steelers story today kind of what you thought it would look like?
No, because I thought they would keep George Pickens. Like I thought that was part of the formula, and that was part of the reason that it was such an attractive job. I also thought that Aaron would maybe learn some lessons from his experience with the New York Jets and just try to be the point guard. Like literally, and all these check with me's and all these run pass options, like hand it off more than you hold on to it, preserve it, you know. And now he's got the broken wrist. I played with that. It's hard to protect yourself. I mean, he looks like he's from the Wet Bandits now, Home Alone with the broken nose now, with the hat, the cold weather on the sideline. He doesn't look like he's having any fun, and I don't blame him. I'm not giving up on this team though, because this division is there for the taking. They got to regroup, pull together. I liked how he handled his press conference. He's not pointing fingers at the coaches. I wish he would maybe pull it together in the locker room a little bit better, but I do think that they will. And I think they got a chance to win this division. And then once you get to the playoffs, again, play your best football then. You got the people in the room. Make it happen. And we'll see. I mean, I know it's a long shot, but that's what's great about the playoffs. You just got to play your best to win the playoffs start.
I got to tell you, as a former 3-time Pro Bowler, got the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. I'm sure there are moments that you miss football, but I don't think December, it looks so cold. I mean,
it's fun, Colin. It's fun when you're healthy. It's fun. Like playing in the snow. It reminds me of a snow day. School's canceled. It's a blast. But when it's cold and you're banged up and you're old, it's not quite as fun.
That sounds like me coming to work today. Cold, old, and banged up. Great seeing you, buddy.
You too. See ya.
All right. The great Matt Hasselbeck, who was so good on our show. Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, last year, if I'd have told you, yeah, Josh Allen, Mahomes won't make the playoffs. Lamar Jackson may not make the playoffs. Burrow is back and won't make the playoffs. The Bills don't look great week to week. But the Bears and the Patriots will be number 1 seeds. You'd have said, well, what are you doing? Well, what kind of opinion is that? That is the NFL. Crazy. J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
I can tell you're very excited for the college football discussion. We'll do that in a second, but we got to start with what some are calling the NFL Catch of the Year, and that's your boy, Puka Nacua. Go up and get it. Look at this one-handed grab against the Panthers. I mean, Colin, that is phenomenal. This guy's doing some crazy stuff. Now, if you watch it closely, Puka goes up with the right hand and just snares it.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. Now, there were a couple other incredible catches in the NFL yesterday. This seems to be the clubhouse leader for Catch of the Year. Puka did, of course, watch as Stafford threw a pick six. The Rams did lose. It was a weird loss for the Rams because their offense was incredible, Colin.
Yeah. But it's hard, like Denver's defense last night and the Rams defense yesterday. It's hard to get guys to answer the bell 17 weeks. Offense is different. If you have a great quarterback and you separate with your receivers, Puka and Devontae, it's hard to stop smart offensive coaches and quarterbacks in this league. But defense is about effort and explosion and brute force. It's hard to get a great performance every week.
Bryce Young cooked him on. He had two incredible fourth down touchdown passes.
Yes.
The funniest thing I heard was Bryce Young is selectively elite. Okay? Go up against the Saints at home, he's garbage. Go up against the Rams or Packers, it's like, oh, man, Bryce Young can make some passes. Colin, I know it's a deeper discussion. I keep going back and forth. What do you do with him in the offseason?
Listen, this is why you get paid the big bucks. He's inconsistent, but there's no disputing this. Carolina is a real team now. They've got a very good coach, and Bryce, about every other game, looks like this. Now, you could argue young quarterbacks like Bo Nix or Caleb are less consistent. It's hard to unsee that Niner game where he just shrunk. But
the Saints game, he was terrible. Against the Saints, who are maybe the second worst team in the league. It ain't the Jets. I'll just say this about Bryce. We saw what Sam Darnold got in the NBA, they call it the fun max, which is like a lot of money, but not max deal. And then Baker Mayfield got I think one of those probably gets to Bryce Young.
Yes.
Hey, we're going to keep him around for 2 more years. Canales, very good coach. They won 7 games this year, Colin. They won 7 the last 2 years combined.
Yeah.
Okay, Ted McMillan, your guy from Arizona, showing well. I like the Panthers. Great. They're fun.
Yeah.
Final story, Colin. Lamar Jackson. Boy, hey, listen, we tried to warn you guys. Lamar's not the same guy he has been. And I don't know. He looked so lost against the Bengals.
Yeah.
The turnovers were anemic. He just doesn't have the escapability. Now, he's been back from injury for a while, Colin. I don't know. Here he is talking about his struggles against the Bengals, who have one of the worst defenses in the league.
I'm ticked off. It's not even frustrating. I'm just mad because, like I said, we can't have that. And turnovers is a big part of winning, losing games. And turning the ball over, giving them an extra possession, this is the outcome.
Yeah, what
do we do with the Ravens? What do you do with them? Are they good?
They're good.
They're better than the Steelers, but we'll find out this week. That's another game, which is like, in a week with 7 incredible games, Ravens Steelers is like maybe 5th because these teams are not really watchable.
Dude, starting Thursday, Lions Cowboys.
This is maybe the best football weekend of 2025 because there's Thursday, then you get to play the college football game Saturday, and the Sunday slate's off the hook. It's
Lamar
crazy.
Jackson. We're showing our television audience this. Lamar Jackson's passer rating in his last 3 games is 63. That's falling off a cliff, and we know the coach is good. It's wild.
We can't say hey, he doesn't have receivers. Josh Allen is throwing to nobodies. Okay,
that's fair.
This is not a great look for Lamar.
No, you're right. J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Saturday on Fox, 2 iconic programs go head-to-head in a huge top 15 showdown as freshman phenom Cameron Boozer leads number 4 Duke against Tom Izzo's 11th-ranked Michigan State squad. It all tips off at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, only on Fox.
By the way, Michigan State quietly hired Pat Fitzgerald, the former Northwestern coach, who won his lawsuit against the school. So Fitzgerald was a very good football coach. Jonathan Smith was released of his duties, and Pat Fitzgerald comes in very quietly. That's a really good hire. So, another argument for the Miami Hurricanes over Notre Dame is Notre Dame's an independent, so they have more flexibility with their schedule. Miami tried to schedule tough. They scheduled Florida, an SEC team. It wasn't their fault. They beat them that Florida was a tire fire. They beat Florida State in conference when they were 3-1. Florida State now looks horrible. They weren't when Miami played them. They also scheduled South Florida. And that's South Florida's Super Bowl. They beat them too. So Miami's in a conference. They're limited on what they can do with schedule. They scheduled Florida. That's an SEC team. You can't blame them. Florida went sideways. And Notre Dame's an independent, so they have more flexibility with their schedule. So the other thing is, listen, who's going to win Coach of the Year? I'm not a big awards guy. I don't really care. But, Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson deserve consideration. Jim Harbaugh has the Chargers at 8-4, the lowest ranked offensive line due to injuries, and they still run the football. How? I don't know. And what Shanahan's done and Robert Saleh to this team, they have a bye now at 9-4. It's pretty remarkable. No Bosa, no Warner. Remember, they lost Greenlaw and Hufanga in the offseason. Denver bottom. So they went in under the gun. Mikael Williams, the Georgia defensive end, no, he got hurt too, the first round guy. So they're doing it with duct tape. And great coaching in the NFL is a little like gold mining. It's very few gems, and you got to dig through a lot of rubble and soil and dirt and rock to find the gold gems. But Shanahan's done an unbelievable job with this team. And we always give Coach of the Year to, and they're deserving to Vrabel and Ben Johnson. It's really been the year of coaching. But I think what Harbaugh's done, how they run the football, Hampton's coming back, watch out. And what Shanahan has done, I don't remember a team on one side of the ball that has lost more from the end of last season to now, and they've been unbelievably good. I mean, Shedeur Sanders wasn't bad. It's Stefanski knows what he's doing, and they've got talent. Nope, they made all the big plays. Here's Kyle after.
I thought the D was setting the tone all day, really. I mean, they got that one score with the double move. I think they ran it, felt like 9 plays in a row, set it up and got that score. And every drive after that, man, I thought our D was real good. Made some adjustments at halftime, did better in the run game, I thought, in the second half. But fourth down was the big, as good as turnovers when you stop them on fourth down.
They are 8th in the NFL in defense. And again, they play in a division where they've got to face Darnold and Stafford and Devontae Adams. I mean, they even going on the road, crappy weather, Shedeur Sanders. I thought Cleveland was one of my favorite picks of the weekend. Here's Matt Hasselbeck earlier on the adversity the Niners have battled through.
I remember Chuck Pagano was my head coach one year, and we had, a lot of different adversity that we were kind of facing. And it felt like every single team meeting started out with, so what? Now what? Like, so what? Now what? You're going to make an excuse. You're going to find a way. And I think that's an example of what San Fran has done. And this is another team I would not count out. I think people have counted this team out because the Rams and the Seahawks have been so good. But don't count out San Fran. They got I think they're in control of a lot of things, and they've proven that they can win without their star players.
Okay, one of the great mysteries in the NFL is why doesn't everybody love Jordan Love? So we're going to play blind resume, J-Mac. Here are the numbers for Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers with the youngest offense in the league, right? Doesn't always play in the best weather. Jordan Love, 8-3-1, 19 touchdowns, 3 picks, 104 passer rating, 67% completion percentage. So let's play a little blind resume. He was great against Detroit, and nobody loves him. So for our radio audience, we're throwing up a quarterback who is virtually identical to Jordan Love's numbers so far this year. Who is that quarterback? Tom Brady in 2020. Brady's last Super Bowl winning season. Same numbers. And we're like, Brady's the GOAT. Unbelievable season. Let's play it again. Jordan Love's numbers so far. Okay, this quarterback, doesn't even have the passer rating. Yards per attempt, slightly better. Who's this quarterback? Matt Stafford in his Super Bowl winning year. J-Mac is wincing at the data that is being presented. So let's do another Jordan Love blind resume. So we got Brady and Stafford in Super Bowl winning years. Okay, this quarterback is clearly not quite as good as Jordan Love. The numbers are all off a little bit from Jordan's numbers this year. Who is this quarterback? Oh, Patrick Mahomes, last Super Bowl win. He's got a significantly higher passer rating and yards per attempt. Let's do one more. Oh. I don't know. Maybe you've heard of Mahomes, Stafford, and Brady.
Was this Y.A. Tittle?
Y.A. Tittle. They didn't play in shoes. So you have to had played in shoes. All right, so let's finally, because I'm watching Jordan against Detroit, and I'm like, tall, athletic, big arm, aggressive, doesn't throw picks. What is it with Jordan Love? I didn't know what he was going to be, but I mean, at this point, he's good. So this next quarterback, our final round, again, Jordan Love, slightly better across the board, especially in passer rating. Who is this quarterback? Josh Allen, MVP season.
Oh, boy. Oh, you love this stuff. I mean, I don't.
I'm not like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, but I have a Copperfield feel to me. I'll be honest with you.
So are you? What are we saying here? Jordan Love is.
We love Stafford, Brady, Josh Allen, Mahomes. It's hard to find anybody out of Green Bay that'll just go, this kid's great. I mean, everybody, Brock Purdy defenders, Jalen Hurts defenders, Justin Herbert defenders, and I like those guys too. Jordan Love is fantastic.
I mean, it was the Lions. Like, I like the Packers a lot. It was only the Lions. You know, secondary not very good. Pass rush wasn't there.
I gave you season numbers.
I'm aware. I don't know. I mean, I like Jordan Love a lot. Remember, we talked about him as a potential MVP candidate. He loses Tucker Kraft. The offensive line's been kind of beat up. Golden's not always been there.
Yes.
Jaden Reed's been out for like 10 weeks or something.
Yeah.
This team is dangerous. Right now, where are you with the Packers in the NFC hierarchy?
I mean, the Detroit game, also, they have not run the ball consistently. So he doesn't have a formidable run game. The O-line, Banks, they overpaid for. Green Bay doesn't do that very much. They may have overpaid for that guard from the Niners. Their run game's not very good. Major injuries, lost Tucker Kraft. And they go to Detroit. And Detroit hasn't lost 2 in a row in forever, and they beat them soundly. They were the better team.
So this is a 425 marquee game this weekend. Packers hosting the Bears. Bears #1 seed in the NFC.
Let me guess the line.
Okay.
Green Bay. Oh boy. Green Bay -1.5.
Oh God. I'll give you a mulligan. Try again. You're not even close.
Green Bay -3.5.
Green Bay -6.5.
Oh, God.
At this moment on DraftKings.
That's ridiculous. A rivalry division game, 6.5.
I'm just telling you, Green Bay has a much better odds for Super Bowl than Chicago. Chicago is like right around 9-10 Super Bowl odds, despite being #1 in the NFC. The market is telling you this Bears team is Fugazi. Now, I'm not saying they are. I know Ben Johnson's going to pull clips and give it to his team. I'm not trashing them. Packers big this weekend, Colin.
Just admit that Jordan Love blind resume.
Oh, you love that.
Your head is spinning. You don't know what to do.